Hello, I am back with a new video. I really wanted to talk about this subject, and that is the subject of journaling. I think that when I was looking on the internet, when I was starting my journaling journey again, I kind of wanted a little guidance. I kind of wanted a little push. I wanted something that would help me be inspired when I journal. So when I was looking into journaling, I wanted to find, what journaling would be best for me. And I do believe that there is journaling that's best for some people and not good for others. So one thing that I noticed about myself when I first started journaling was I am not a memory keeper. What I realized about myself is that I am not somebody who does memory keeping. I have a very mundane life. It's boring. All I do is work, eat, sleep. That's about it. Only a few times in the year where I'll have like a special something, but literally I can count those events on my hand. What did work for me was two different journaling methods. The first was commonplacing. I guess I would consider it a journaling method because it is you gaining knowledge and you learning different things and then cataloging what you're learning. And the second is emotional journaling. I guess that's probably like the easiest way to put it. I journal when I'm upset. I very rarely journal when I'm happy because I'm just enjoying the happiness. But when I'm upset, I try to fix it. And so emotional journaling seems to be something that I do. So let's go ahead and first talk about commonplace. This is a Kinbor A5 daily planner. And what's really nice about journaling commonplacing in a data notebook is that you use it as an index, right? So like you could use the index pages like as shown here. Like it's really easy to write down something. Let's say you want to, find out where you put what you wrote on the sort of these index pages. Really is a really easy way to organize your notes. And for me, when it came to commonplacing, that's what I did. And it's been such an amazing system for me. I really like commonplacing. For me, I've noticed that I use commonplacing for when I have problems in my life. So let's say I not making enough money, which seems to be a problem for a lot of people, right? And I want to find another way of making money. I will go search online and then I will use this. I'll write down the notes that I find, then use the index and have a catalog of it. So that's like the first way of journaling that I think is really beneficial to me. The second is emotional journaling that I was talking about. I really struggled. This is actually a Hobonichi Techo. Hobonichi Techo, yes. Hobonichi Techo, and this is an Avec, so it's just the 6 months. And in the beginning of the first 6 months of the year, I wanted to journal every day. Guess what? I haven't journaled every day in a very long time. So trying to do it all over again, or just trying to instill the habit again, kind of didn't work. And so what happened though is that every time I was emotional, I was like, I need somewhere to vent. I need somewhere to like blah, 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 basically. And so with this particular notebook, after the first 6 months of not being successful, I was like, you know what? These next 6 months, we have to change something. And that is what I decided to do. What I decided to do was very similar to the commonplace. And if you're somebody who struggles with journaling, I highly, highly recommend you start with this. What I decided to do is that at the beginning of every month, I write down journal prompts. I tried looking on the internet for decent journal prompts. In my opinion, none of them resonated with me. So what the journal prompts I decided to do was things that I struggled with. So one of them is like, why don't I have confidence? Unfortunately, I'm someone who needs to work on their confidence, if you like, if you haven't noticed. Another thing I write is like, what do I need to fix about myself? And, you know, adding a list of journal prompts in here, and then eventually going into the pages and writing down, going through those journal prompts in the daily pages has been so helpful for me. And I really wanted to put that out there so that if you're somebody who is also struggling with journaling and you know the benefits of journaling and you know that it's important, that this is a great place to start. I feel like this is level 1. Hopefully next month I'll develop it better. But another thing that I try to do is I try to balance the negative to positive. And that's like something that I actually have to work on for next month. But what I should be doing is I should have a balance of positive journal prompts. So what am I grateful for? What's a good thing about my life? What have I accomplished? And then negative, which is like, you know, why do I think, what is wrong with me? Or I wouldn't say that. I would say, what do I wish was better? What can I improve in my life? Sort of that, like, more of the negative journal prompts. And as I started doing this, that is when I started feeling a difference in my journaling. Before I used to do, like, literally, I tried the memory keeping. And, you know, basically writing about your mundane day is great and everything, but it didn't work for me. So, you know, for instance, you know, this is my journal prompt, and then I write down about the journaling. But one of the things that I also try to implement is what am I going to change? What am I going to change about next month or about myself or about today when it comes to this, you know, these journal prompts? And I feel like that has been extremely successful for me. I do have to do exactly like I've done in the commonplace planner and put it like in the index, but has been like a very successful way of journaling. And I feel like on the internet, people tell you the benefits of journaling, but they don't really give you options when it comes to journaling. So I wanted to go ahead and make an option for a video like that. I do think that, as you know, this is actually an experiment. You know, this journaling prompt idea, you know, it's only been a month since I've implemented it. Yeah, so I definitely think that I'm going to make an effort and try to perfect it a little bit so that I can remake this video and give you a more systematic way of doing it. But I did want to go ahead and like sort of sprinkle the idea into the world, and hopefully somebody down the line can maybe find use with it. Of course, I'm very excited for the future. It is, you know, we are getting close to stationery season. We are getting close to Hobonichi season. So I definitely have to think about how this is going to change in the future. As for the commonplace, you know, I will do a separate video on that. But for now, thank you for your time. Thank you for hopping onto this channel, and I will see you next time.